The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there. It's me, Ron Juckett, Uncle Ron, on this 26th day of November 2024. It's my birthday. And so my birthday present to you is Game 4 of the 1988 World Series. The Cincinnati Reds took the first two at Riverfront Stadium. The Red Sox, behind Roger Clemens, held on to a 1-0 win in Game 3. So as we set the scene for Game 4 at Fenway Park, it is the Reds with a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. Bruce Hurst gets the call for the Red Sox today. He was their pitcher in Game 1. He struggled in his 2 American League Championship Series starts, but went over 7 innings in that 15-inning classic against the Reds. The Reds will counter with Danny Jackson, their ace, a 20-game winner on the replay, and the winners of Games 1 and 4 of the National League Championship Series. Obviously, Danny Jackson and Bruce Hurst did not figure in the decision in Game number 1 of the World Series. So changes, it'll be Lloyd McClendon behind the plate instead of Jeff Reed, with the left-hander Hurst on the mound. McClendon, of course, being the big hero of Game number 1 with his 2-run homer with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game at 4 apiece. Rick Cerrone will be the catcher today for the Red Sox, as Rich Gedman will sit today and tomorrow, or when we play Game number 5 of this series, because it'll be Danny Jackson today and Tom Browning when we eventually do get to Game 5. So that's the setup for you. Hope you enjoy. It is a cold, rainy day here in Burlington, Vermont. Weather's nice for Game 4 at Fenway Park. It is the Reds and the Red Sox as we get set for Game 4 of this 1988 World Series. As Retro Sports Network presents the 1988 World Series today from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. It is the American League champion Boston Red Sox versus the Cincinnati Reds, the champions of the National League. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So will be Bruce Hurst on the mound, 62 degrees, no wind at all, kind of like last night. Hurst 0-2 in these playoffs. 30 years old, fastball at 90 and a standard pitcher. In Game 1 of the World Series, 7 innings, 122 pitches, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 5. In their 2 games against the Twins, they knocked him around pretty good. So these numbers aren't good. 14 2/3, 19 hits, 14 runs, all earned, 2 homers. He has walked 8 and struck out 9. But again, his outing against Cincinnati wasn't bad at all. Here's how the Reds will line up for Game 4. Barry Larkin leads off at short. Chris Sabo at third will bat second. Eric Davis in center will go third. Cal Daniels in left will clean up. Paul O'Neill in right will bat fifth. Dave Collins again the DH today. He'll bat sixth. Nick Osaski at first will bat seventh. Ron Oster at second goes eighth. And Game 1's hero for the Reds, Lloyd McClendon, back behind the plate against the lefty Hurst, will bat ninth. And so, Jamie, I'm doing well. How about you? Hurst can throw 130 pitches. Defensively for the Red Sox, Mike Greenwell is a 5 and a 3 in left. Ellis Burks a 7 and a 5 in center. Dwight Evans a 6 and an 8 in right. Wade Boggs a 7 at third. Jody Reed a 3 at short. Marty Barrett a 5 at second. Todd Benzinger a 2 at first. Rick Cerrone, how you doing, Andrew? Is a 7 and a 4 behind the plate, and Hurst is a 6 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Larkin, 12 for 32 in the playoffs, hitting .375, 3 doubles, a triple, and 4 RBI. And Game 4, flashbulbs a poppin'. Ted Williams threw out the first pitch of Game 4. Hurst gets underway. That's into right center for a base hit. So the Reds off the get-go off to a pretty good start, and Larkin has speed to burn. Chris Sabo, 8 for 32 in the playoffs. He's hitting .250 with 2 doubles and 4 RBI. Throw to first. Benzinger is there, and Larkin is back. They pitch out. Larkin goes down. Throw to Barrett, and Barry has it stolen. So again, we've said in this series, how you doing, Big Dave? Nice to have you along. That the Reds are kind of like the 85 Cardinals, except for they have considerable power. They can run. Pitch to Sabo. There's a ground ball to third. Boggs makes a fantastic play, throws to first, and Sabo is retired. Larkin stays put. And for Boggs, that's his first great play of the playoffs. 1 out for Eric Davis. Davis at .250 on the postseason with a home run and 5 RBI. He has also stolen 5 bases. Hurst delivers, and Davis pops this one up left side. Boggs by the Reds' dugout, and won't get there. Hit the roof, bounced in the stands. Somebody from Covington made the trip, and it's 0-2 the count from Hurst. Bruce from the stretch. Struck him out. That's a big out, and 0-2 changeup swung on and missed, and there's Cal Daniels. Cal at .259 in the postseason, 7 for 27 with 7 RBI. Hurst steals, Larkin goes, and Daniels draws the walk. So Barry retreats back to second. 2 out for Paul O'Neill, 6 for 26 in the playoffs, .231, a triple, and 2 RBI. And that's a base hit in the left field. Greenwell will pick it up. Larkin will round third. I imagine we'll run on Greenwell. They're going to give me a chance. Yep. Greenwell uncorks one to the plate, and Larkin is in there rather easily, and it's 1-0 Cincinnati. For Dave Collins, who is 0 for 5, he has walked twice and struck out. Collins, the DH here in Boston, and we'll go back to a pinch hitting role if and when the series goes back to Cincy. Excuse me. At the moment, we're not guaranteed to go back unless the Red Sox win one of the next 2. Collins rips this one into right center. Daniels is going to round third and score with ease. O'Neill may score. He will score. Collins is digging for third. Burks to Reed to Boggs. Here's the slide, and he's in there. So before the Red Sox can bat, Hurst is in a 3-0 hole. So in 4 playoff starts, Bruce Hurst has an earned run average of .998. It's always a good day for baseball, John. And thank you very much for the happy birthday wishes there, DJ John. Hope you are well. Nick Osaski, 4 for 22, 182. So Hurst could be a very short outing. Reds up 3-0 here in the first. Pitch to Osaski. Struck him out. So Hurst shakes his head as he goes back to the dugout. You're giving Danny Jackson a 3-run cushion here in Game 1. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Half an inning in the book. Thanks, Andrew. It's the Reds 3. Here come the Red Sox. So Danny Jackson has pitched very well this postseason. 26 years old. Fastball at 88. And a standard pitcher. He led the National League in ERA, and he led the National League in wins with 20. In Game 1 of the World Series, 7 innings, 121 pitches, 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. He was phenomenal against the Mets. He only gave up 2 earned runs in 17 innings. So overall for Jackson, 24 innings, 15 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. The home run came to Greg Jeffries in Game 1 of the NLCS. He walked 6 and struck out 9. Thank you, gentlemen. Wade Boggs will lead off for the Red Sox at third. Marty Barrett at second will bat second. Marty has struggled this postseason. Dwight Evans in right will go third. Mike Greenwell cleans up in left. Ellis Burks in center will bat fifth. Jim Rice could give me a birthday present as the DH in sixth. Todd B is at first. He'll bat seventh. Jody Reed at short will go eighth. And Rick Cerrone behind the plate will bat ninth. Jackson has pitched in his park. Remember, he was with the Royals and can go as long as he needs to. Defensively for the Reds, Cal Daniels a 4 and a 6 in left. Eric Davis a 10 and a 2 in center. Paul O'Neill a 5 and a 7 in right. Chris Sabo was a 7 at third. Barry Larkin a 7 at short. Ron Oster a 6 at second. Nick Kosaski a 4 at first. Lloyd McClendon a 6 and a 4 behind the plate. Jackson a 7 on the mound with a .954 fielding percentage. Boggs at .359 in these playoffs, 14 for 39, a home run and 2 RBI. So Jackson starts his effort. Ground ball, left side, base hit. So Boggs reaches. Here's Marty Barrett. Marty 5 for 42 in the playoffs with an RBI, a 119 average. You know, at some point, he's bound to break out of it. And the Red Sox start Game 4, 3 runs in the hole. Pitch to Marty. Ground ball to Larkin. Barry has it. Oster for 1 and Kosaski for 2. So Larkin reaching deep in the hole and is able to turn the double play. Happy birthday to me. Here's Dwight Evans. Dewey at 211. 8 for 38 and 2 RBI. Jackson deals, and Evans draws the walk. Now bring up Mike Greenwell, hitting .275 in these playoffs, 11 for 40. The home run came in Game 7 of the ALCS, and he, he is driven in 4. Lefty Gomez, I share a birthday with. Robert Goulet. Charles Schultz, Tina Turner, Rich Little, my dad. Some quality people born on November 26th. Pitch to Greenwell. Struck him out, and Jackson's through 1. No runs, a hit, the double play erased the threat, and after 1, Reds 3, Red Sox nothing. Ron Oster at 208 in these playoffs, 5 for 24. He has scored twice. Ground ball to Hurst. Bruce throws it over to Benzinger, first base side of the rubber, 1 out. So now Hurst needs to bear down. I think Jeff Sellers can go a while. Wes Gardner and Mike Smithson, other long relievers for the Red Sox. Lloyd McClendon is 2 for 10 in this World Series, or playoffs. And that home run, the biggest in his career, which tied Game 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch to McClendon. Here's a ground ball to first. Benzinger has it, underhands it to Hurst, and that will be an out. So 2 away. Opening 9 for Hurst, not very good. 35 pitches, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Jeff Torborg's birthday is today, and Jan Stenerud. Wow. It's a popular birthday. Barry Larkin singled, stolen a base, and scored in this ballgame. Yeah, hectic days for John at the post office. John's listening in his truck. I will do that. We're actually headed for thank you for watching. Headed for actually a building Thanksgiving lunch later on this afternoon, so I get turkey and all the fixings for lunch. It's pretty good. Larkin into shallow right center, but in comes Evans, and makes a fantastic catch. A sliding catch on the grass. You know what? He and Ellis Burks collided. I wonder what Burks was doing. So they collide. No one is hurt. And Evans hangs on, and that's the inning. They both went for it. The crowd went a little nuts, and both outfielders called it and couldn't hear each other. So everyone's okay. Burks pats Evans on the back and vice versa. And after an inning and a half, it's the Reds 3 and the Red Sox nothing. So Burks, as we said, has struggled this postseason. 5 for 37, hitting 135, but he does have 2 RBI. Pitch to Burks. Base hit right field. O'Neill will pick it up. If you're not following my Facebook group, I don't know when we'll get to Game 5. It might be Friday. I'm busy tomorrow. And Thursday is the holiday. Jim Rice at 258. A double, a home run, and 3 RBI. Harry Carson and Harold Reynolds have birthdays today, too. Wow. Robert Goulet, in sporting circles, is best known for mixing up the words to the Star-Spangled Banner, singing before a heavyweight fight once. Goulet can be forgiven. He is Canadian. Pitch to Rice. There's a slow chopper down to Osaski. He'll go to Danny Jackson, and Rice is retired. Brooks moves up to second. If Tribe fan, who's I'm sure at home and not at work, Andrew did what Tim normally does and go through the birthdays. So 1 out for Todd Benzinger. 6 for 24. That home run, the grand slam in Game 1 of the ALCS. He's driven in 6. Jackson deals from the stretch. And Benzinger struck out. A 1-2 fastball got him. 2 out for Jody Reed. Jody at 257, 9 for 35, and 3 RBI. Slow chopper down to first. Osaski made 2 errors yesterday. Today's a brand new day, and the side is retired. After 2, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. Red Sox have left on 2. Reds are up 3-0. So Sabo, Davis, and Daniels to face Hurst here in the third. Hurst struggled in the first, gave up 3, but got all 3 outs in a row in the second. Sabo, line drive or ground ball to Boggs. Wades throws to first for the out. So Eric Davis struck out his first time up. Eric is 0 for 1. Hurst, although that outcome box says something different, is kind of settled in. Again, second verse to Boggs, same as the first, over to Benzinger, and there is 2 out. For Cal Daniels, who walked and scored in the first. We want to send out our best wishes to Sportsman Z, who is fighting the admirable fight against cancer. Dave Gardner and Chris, who used to be Stratomatic Delaware, I think it's Lower Slower Gamer, has posted well-wish videos and links to the GoFundMe to help Bob Sportsman Z in his fight. Bob is a fan of the Southsiders of Chicago. Pitch to Daniels, and that is up the middle past Barrett for a base hit. We're thinking of you this time of the year, Bob, and hope that this is a fight that you will win. Paul O'Neill singled his first time up and scored and drove in a run. There's a pop-up left side. That's actually more than a pop-up. Greenwald traces over, makes the catch, and that'll do. So the Reds get a runner on and leave him there after 2.5. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Yep. Jeremiah's here. Thanks for watching live. After 2.5, 3-0 Reds. So Cerrone, the number 9 hitter, not hitting like it, hitting 381 in the playoffs. A double and 2 RBI. Pitch to Cerrone. There's a ground ball to first to Sasky. 1 out. Andrew sends his prayers, and we all send their well wishes and prayers. Wade Boggs singled his first time up. Denny Jackson opening 9, 32 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Reds lead the series 2-1. Pitch to Boggs. Struck him out. Now, Jackson struck out Boggs twice in Game 1 and got him to chase an 0-2 curve here in the 3rd inning of Game 4. Marty Barrett is 0 for 1. Hard ground ball to Sasky. Will take it to the bag, and that is an out. So after 3 here at Fenway, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Reds 3, the Red Sox nothing. Dave Collins hit a 2-run triple in the first to make it a 3-0 ball game. No, Andrew, ice on the mountains. It's a cold, rainy day here. I think the rain finally cleared out about 15, 20 minutes ago. We're under a winter weather advisory until 1 o'clock. Up in the mountains, it was cold enough to be all ice. But nothing but just as I was saying to Dave before it came on, as Axl Rose once sang, just nothing but cold November rain. Pitch to Collins. Fly ball, right center. Burks coming in, makes the catch, 1 out. For Sasky, who's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Ice in the hills of New Hampshire here. Yeah, I think the rain is probably going to end for you in a bit. Ground ball to 3rd. Boggs waits, throws. Sasky's running. Benzinger is there, and Nick is out on a bang-banger. How about that? So 2 out here in the 4th. Ron Oster's 0 for 1. Pitch from Hurst. That's a line drive left center field. Burks will pick it up. So Oster gets a 2-out single. 5th hit for the Reds today. Here's McClendon. Lloyd is 0 for 1. So, Andrew's grandkids had a 2-hour delay in Springfield. I thought most of the schools were off this week, and maybe just here in Chittenden County, because my high school started with a 2-hour delay this morning where my mom lives, and they ended up closing. Pitch to McClendon. Ground ball to 3rd. Boggs has it, has to go to 2nd. Barrett's there, and that will retire the side. So, we've played 3.5 here in Game 4. Reds 3, Red Sox nothing. So, here's how the series has gone. Again, Game 1, the absolute classic. 5-4, the walk-off sac fly. The home run from McClendon to tie it off. Lee Smith in the 9th, and Barry Larkin, 3 hits. So a 5-4 Reds win in Game 1. And then Tom Browning and company shut out the Red Sox in Game 2, 3-0. If you were with us yesterday, Roger Clemens and a little bit of Lee Smith shut down the Reds 1-0. So the Red Sox in 3 games have scored 5 runs. And in 3 games, the Reds have scored 8 runs. No scheduled school tomorrow. Yeah, we always went on the Wednesday. When I was in the 5th grade, Dwight Evans, by the way, walked his first time up. 44 years ago today, as a matter of fact. That birthday fell the day before Thanksgiving. And we had to go to school. And, you know, I'm not sure when the cupcake tradition started for kids in school. But, you know, the rest of the year, everyone else, you know, you're there for everyone else's birthday. And because tomorrow is a huge travel day, hell, you know, half the class was gone for my birthday. It wasn't very fun. Pitch to Dewey. Struck him out. That's 4 for Jackson. A full count fastball chased. Evans just kind of gave it a whiff and one out for Mike Greenwell, who struck out his first time up. Ground ball to third. Sabo over to Asaski. 2 out. So I imagine for most of those kids, if they were out today, that they're out tomorrow as well and will take full advantage of not doing any chores on their newfound 6-day weekend. Don't get all excited about that. Ellis Burke singled his first time up. In the left center, back goes Davis. Eric retreats and will make the catch. So Danny Jackson is doing his job. After 4, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Reds 3, the Red Sox nothing. So 18 batters deep for Hurst. 75 pitches, 4 innings, 5 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Larkin, 1 for 2. Has singled, stolen a base, and scored. Little chopper down to Boggs. Wade has it, throws to first. Benzinger is there, and Larkin is retired. So Hurst, if he gets through 6 with this score, will have a quality start. Chris Sabo was 0 for 2. Thank you, Gus. How are you? Speaking of ice, how much did you get out of this? Saranac Lake being up in the hinterlands of the Adirondacks. Pitch to Sabo. Ground ball to Reed. Hard skipper out through the grass. Jody throws to first for the out. 2 out for Eric Davis, who was 0 for 2 today with the strikeout. Rain took care of it. That's good. Yep, we did not. I think if you got up a little bit here, we're not quite on the lake. If you've ever been to Burlington, Burlington is a city of ledges. And so we are not at lake level, but we're on that first ledge up. Used to play a lot of electric football, Jeremiah says. I had one of those as a kid. Apparently I got into a fight over it, which I'd completely forgotten about. And we had some family come over for a funeral a few years ago. And a cousin of mine reminded me of that fight, which I had completely spaced 44 years ago. Pitch to Davis. Struck him out. So Hurst is through 5. And we are halfway through on one of my favorite days of the year, my birthday. Halfway through on a rainy day in Burlington, Cincinnati 3, Boston nothing. Not a day over 39, indeed. I haven't talked about it yet. He just mentioned it as a joke. It wasn't serious. If you joined us late, here's how he got here. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Reds. And Danny Jackson has held the Red Sox to 2 hits. In the first, Paul O'Neill, an RBI single to score Barry Larkin. And then Dave Collins, of all people, took advantage of the DH. He had a 2-run triple to make it 3-0. Danny Jackson, a 2-hitter through 4. A walk and 4 strikeouts. Bruce Hurst, a 5-hitter through 5. He's given up 3 runs all earned. A walk and 3 strikeouts. Jim Rice is 0 for 1. What am I treating myself? I'm going to take advantage of the Downey sale in a bit. Mr. Gardner sent me over some of Chris White's games. So a hockey season and a basketball season. We're going to go have some lunch. They're throwing a Thanksgiving dinner downstairs in about an hour and a half. And so going to go chew on some turkey. And then I got to order the pies for our Thanksgiving on Thursday. Not a day over 39. 53 today. No, Ron, it's 40 degrees. Yes. Rice is 0 for 1. Ground ball to third. Sabo over to Wasaski for the out. Todd B is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And the Chris White stuff it looks very good. So Benzinger struck out his first time up. Line drive to Wasaski, and there's 2 away. So Jackson has returned to the form that he just absolutely dominated the Mets in his 2 starts in the National League Championship Series. Jody Reed is 0 for 1. Danny winds and deals. There's a ground ball up the middle, a base hit. So just the third hit. Kind of like with the National League Championship Series. Pitching. The Red Sox have a whopping 5 runs in this series. Rick Cerrone is 0 for 1. Popped up. McClendon waits, doffs the mask into foul territory, and that'll do it. No runs. The Red Sox have left on 3. After 5, Cincinnati 3, Boston nothing. So Hurst will face Daniels, O'Neill, and Collins here in the 6th. Cal has walked, scored, and singled. He's 1 for 1. And he walks again. With a holiday, regardless of who wins this, Game 5 will be not before Friday. O'Neill 1 for 2. He has singled, driven in a run, and scored. Boddicker and Browning in Game 5. Cerrone and Hurst have a word. Got him. Don't know what Cerrone saw, but Hurst got him to check his swing on an 0-2 fastball, 1 out. And for Bruce, that's number 4. Dave Collins has a triple. That came in the first. He's driven in 2 of the 3 runs. Got him. So Cerrone must have saw something because Hurst got him to chase or just to look at a 2-2 fastball outside. So 2 out for Asaski, who was 0 for 2 with the K. And again, Bruce Hurst is 1 out away from a quality start. Got to get that out first. Into center, right center. Burks will pick it up. Daniels with good speed should go for third. Burks throws it to Barrett, and Asaski will hold with a single. So Daniels and Asaski on the corners for Ron Oster, who's 1 for 2. Struck him out. Hurst gets the side around the 2 hits. No runs, well, 1 hit and a walk, and no errors. Bottom of the 6th there at Fenway. Reds 3, Red Sox nothing. So Jackson, 18 batters deep, 66 pitches. 5 innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Boggs 1 for 2. And again, he struck out. Jackson, in 41 at-bats in this postseason, Wade Boggs has struck out 7 times. 3 of them have come from the creative pitching of one Danny Jackson. Pitch to Boggs. Ground ball to Asaski. 1 out. For Marty Barrett, Marty is 0 for 2. If it is a clinching situation for Game 5, they are in the quite capable hands of Tom Browning. Pitch to Marty. Base hit down the line and right. O'Neill has to go get it. It bounces around the pole and right. Barrett will have 2. He's going to gun for third. Oster from O'Neill to Sabo. Marty slides, and he has the triple. He had 1 in real life, and he's got 1 here in the playoffs. And with 1 out, The Red Sox might break through and score a run. Here's Dwight Evans. Dewey has walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Jackson's pitch. Got him. A 1-2 fastball outside on the black. 2 out for Mike Greenwell, who is 0 for 2 with a K. Line drive to Larkin, and the Red Sox can't score. So Barrett hits a 1-out triple, and that's as far as he gets. After 6, no runs, a hit, and no errors. Cincinnati 3, Boston nothing. So McClendon, Larkin, and Sabo to face Hurst. Yeah, that's frustrating for sure. Lloyd is 0 for 2. Hurst steals. In the right or left center field, back goes Greenwell. Was well hit, but with no wind, no help, 1 out. So Barry Larkin, 1 for 3 today. He has singled, stolen a base, and scored. Hurst, again, pitching into the 7th. 117 pitches, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Up the middle for a base hit. So Larkin is on with the second hit of the ball game. Just the 7th hit that Hurst has allowed. Bob Stanley is loosening. Chris Sabo was 0 for 3. Into shallow right, Dewey running in, rides a Schwinn, makes the catch, and Larkin goes back. Eric Davis has struck out twice today. He's 0 for 3. Throw to first, and Larkin's back. So Hurst, again, going to sneak in maybe 7 innings here. He deals to Davis. That is ripped into left. Greenwell will throw it into the infield. Davis is into second with a double. So 2 out for Cal Daniels. And they're going to go get him. I don't think they have much of a choice in the matter. Oh, you know what? I don't want to use Lee Smith. Hurst says he can get him, or do you walk him for O'Neill? There really aren't any good options here. So they'll load the bases and give Daniels the pass. So now they'll take a look to how to get O'Neill out. 237, 293. And they'll go with, I don't want to use Smith this early. He hasn't been overused. I think you got to go with Stanley. Ready to sing along, kids? It's Bob Stanley time. On my birthday time. Would you get it out so I don't hate you? It's Bob Stanley time. He's 34. Throws a fastball at 84. He was thrown out of game 2. I don't remember that. I do not remember him getting thrown out of game 2. He went 2 innings through 36 pitches. Do you remember that? 2 runs, both earned. He gave up a homer and struck out 4. 5 1/3 in the playoffs. 7 hits. 6 runs all earned. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Was he already? Oh, because he went 2 innings. And he struck out 4. I don't remember him getting thrown out. So they're loaded for O'Neill. Paulie 1 for 3 today. He has singled, struck out, driven in a run, and scored. He might have said something as he left. That would be the only way. I can't imagine that. Wow. It's not like he's tripping the light fantastic out there. Pitch to O'Neill. Bases loaded. Ground ball to Benzinger, and it worked. How about that? Todd takes it to the bag, and the Reds get nothing. So Warner Wolf is looking into the videotape. Come on. To see what he can find there. Ellis Burks 1 for 2 with a single. Burks, Rice, and Benzinger. The move worked. Stanley had the bases loaded. Nobody scored. So it remains a 3-0 game. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Reds. They have now left on 8. Danny Jackson has kept the Red Sox stymied. No runs, 4 hits, no errors, and they have left on 4. We start the 7th. Strike 3. That's 6 for Jackson. A 1-2 fastball, and Burks watched it. So here's Jim Rice. Jim is 0 for 2 today. This Red team has just been fantastic. Popped up. Right side, Saski has it for the out, 2 away for Todd Benzinger. Todd is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out. So Jackson, again, doing what to the Red Sox, what he did to the Mets so well, first in Cincinnati, and then in the clincher in New York. Pitch to B. Base hit left field. The Red Sox somehow have made it to the 4th game of the World Series without much of an offensive punch. Jody Reed 1 for 2 today with a single. As long as his dentures don't fall out on the air. We're talking about John Sterling again. It is high. It is far. It is a ground ball to the pitcher. McClendon and Jackson have a word. Danny from the wine with 2 out. There's a base hit into right center field. Crowd didn't like that. Davis will throw it back in. Benzinger don't get picked. He's going for 3rd and will take it. So runners on the corners, 2 out for Rick Cerrone, who's 0 for 2. Oh, happened to Warner Wolf. That must be so embarrassing. Warner was on that initial Monday Night Baseball lead crew with Bob Uecker, just a bit outside, and Bob Prince, who wasn't very good. And Warner had that 70s anchor hair. Cerrone is 0 for 2 today. Runners on the corner. Cerrone punches this one to Saski, and the Red Sox are going to leave on 2. Saski makes the play, and that will take care of business. After 7, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Reds 3, Red Sox nothing. Dave Collins is 1 for 3. We'd like to get Stanley as far as we can, and Warner Wolf was in Rocky 3 as well. If I don't have to use Lee Smith today, I would rather not. just because then I would not have to worry about how long I would need to use him in Game 5. Pitch to Collins. Fly ball, left field. Greenwell over. Makes the catch, 1 out. For Asaski, who has singled and struck out. I think Warner would like to forget he was on that crew. Crew that was so panned that by the time that they got to the LCSs that year, it was Al Michaels on the National League crew. And I forgot who he worked with. And on the American League crew, it's Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell, and I believe it's Tom Seaver. Or maybe it's Euchre. And Ken Griffey's going to pinch hit. Griffey 2 for 5 with a double in these playoffs. Driven in a run. Struck out to end Game 3 of the World Series. And drew a walk. Stanley deals. To Reed. Has to move deep in the hole. Long throw to first. Griffey still running. And he beat it out on a bang-banger. How about that? So the 9th hit for the Reds. And 1 out for Oster, who's 1 for 3 with a strikeout today. Miami versus Notre Dame on CBS. No, this would have been a Wednesday night. Game 4, 55 degrees. So if it gets any colder, they'll be allowed to blow on their hands. Should be 2. Barrett to Reed for 1, and Oster's going to reach. So Griffey with a roll block slide. 2 out for Lloyd McClendon, who was 0 for 3 today. To Stanley, first base side. Throws to Benzinger, and McClendon's out by an eyelash. However, the Reds threaten but do not score. They get a hit. They've left on 9 today. Bottom of the 8th here in Game 4. Reds 3, Red Sox nothing. So Jackson, 27 batters, 99 pitches, 7 innings, 6 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Boggs 1 for 3 with a K. Popped up. Sabo. 1 out. Marty Barrett got a hit. His last time up, he tripled with 1 out and could not score. John, hopefully your holiday is good. Popped up. Right side. Griffey is at first. He's a 6, and he'll make the play. 2 out for Dwight Evans, who has struck out twice today and walked. Night court, yep. Into right center, Davis and O'Neill. It's O'Neill, and that's an out. So we go to the 9th here at Fenway. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Reds 3, the Red Sox nothing. So Larkin is 2 for 4. Barry has singled twice, scored, and stolen a base. You too, John. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Pitch to Larkin. Hit him. Don't start a fight. Don't start a fight. Hit him in the shoulder. Barry thanks him for popping something back into place. And that'll bring up Sabo, who's 0 for 4. They throw to first. And Larkin's back. They'll pitch out. There goes Larkin. The throw down to Barrett. And they threw him out. So it took a bit, but there's 1 out. And nobody on. Pitch to Sabo. Ground ball to Stanley. Throws to first for the out. So 2 away for Eric Davis, who's 1 for 4. Davis has doubled and struck out twice. 9 hits for the Reds. 6 hits for the Red Sox. Thanks, Andrew. Not much to miss at this point. We're actually pretty quick. Right back to Stanley, first base side, throws to first, and that will do. So Stanley did well. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Danny Jackson on the verge of another shutout. So Greenwell, Burks, and Rice. Red Sox 3 to tie, 4 to win. Jackson, 8 innings, 6 hits, and 6 strikeouts. Greenwell 0 for 3 with a K today. Jackson deals. That's up the middle for a base hit. So the Red Sox trying to make it interesting here. Here's Ellis Burks. John Franco is in that Reds pen getting loose. Ellis Burks is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Greenwell not going anywhere. Jackson's pitch. And he walked him. And the tying run is now at the plate. And Jim Rice. Jim is 0 for 3. There is nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Greenwell on second, Burks on first. And Rice the tying run. Jackson's pitch. Ground ball to third, foul. And somebody from Duxbury, Vermont made that play. And the count to Rice is 2 for 2. Is 2-2. So the Red Sox trying to pull one out of the fire here in the bottom of the ninth. Jackson deals, and Rice gets hit. And now the winning run is at the plate in Todd Benzinger. There is nobody out. Really at no point to pinch run for Rice. There's no speed. It's the Red Sox. Larry Parrish will pinch hit. Yeah, considering that they hit someone in the top of the inning. Parrish on the playoffs, 4 for 15 with an RBI. So Rice will stay at first. Greenwell at third. Burks at second. And Larry Parrish, who was picked up off the scrap heap from the Rangers, has a chance to be a World Series hero. I like Stone Cold better than Shootout. Both games are good, but I think Stone Cold does better at telling a story. See what season you want to play and make sure that is there, because it may be available for one but not the other. All right, we've put this off long enough. Jackson deals. Base hit left center field. Greenwell will score. Davis doesn't have a good arm. What's Burks going to do? Ellis scores. It's 3-2. It's a one-run game now. The winning run is on. And Rice the tying run for Jody Reed. So we go to the ninth screen here. A double play doesn't end the game. Danny Jackson says he can go. Franco hasn't pitched in a couple days. I think you got to go with Franco here. I don't think you play around with this. You got a chance to go up 3-1. You can't mess around. Franco, 28 years old, an extreme ground ball pitcher, double play, does you a lot of good, actually. Fastball at 87. Third appearance in the series. He pitched in Game 2 in that 3-0 win and retired the side on 9 pitches. Didn't strike anybody out. Worked around a hit. 5 1/3 in the playoffs. He now has 4 saves, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Reds play for the bunt. We're not going to do it. Nobody out. Rice on second. He's a tying run. And Parrish on first is the winning run. Franco deals. Ground ball to Griffey. They're going to get Parrish at second, and Larkin can't make the throw. Or he does, it's late. So Reed will reach on the fielder's choice. Rice, the tying run, is on third. Reed, the winning run, is on first. Rick Cerrone is 0 for 3. Well, this entire series has been incredible. Franco, deep breath. Base hit, we're tied. Rice will score. Reed, the winning run, is on second, and it's 3-3. Infield playing back now. Computer is running Cincinnati. I just changed the pitcher because it seemed that Danny was done. That's why you have John Franco. So they were in with nobody out. Now the Reds can get a double play here, but it's Wade Boggs, who is 1 for 4. He has singled and struck out. Bard shot, not happy. Although secretly she would be, because if the Red Sox do win this game, they go back to Cincinnati for a Game 6. Cerrone pulls up the Adirondack chair at first. His run doesn't matter right now. Franco to Boggs. Infield fly is called, 2 out. Oster takes care of it. And they want Rob Dibble? So Franco comes out. Rob Dibble comes in. It didn't work out so well for John Franco. Dibble, who probably grew up a Red Sox fan, his father worked morning radio on WTIC, the long time Red Sox affiliate out of Hartford. He was Bob Steele's newsman. So Rob, 24, fastball at 95. Pitched in Game 1. He went 1/3 of an inning and threw 2 pitches. So the Reds have used him sparingly in the playoffs. 2 1/3, a hit, 2 walks, and a strikeout. So we see who we have here. Who can hit Rob Dibble? And the answer to that is you're 6-2 and even. You got that at the plate. Nope. Fairfield County, Bridgeport, and Stanford are considered Yankee territory. Hartford is in the New England part of Connecticut and is considered Red Sox territory. So Marty Barrett has a triple in this one. He is 1 for 4. Stanley will not pitch the 10th. Dibble trying to keep this game going. Ground ball, third base. Sabo's got it. Ho to Oster. And for the second time in 4 games, we're playing more free baseball. 3 runs. 3 hits and no errors. I got a half hour. This game needs to end in a half hour. Reds 3. The Red Sox get 3 in the 9th. So Tom Bolton, with lefties galore coming up, gets the call. 26 years old, fastball at 91. He pitched 1 inning in game 1. 25 pitches, 2 hits. So overall, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. That came in one of the blowout losses to the Twins in a walk. So Daniels, O'Neill, Collins, and Griffey. Cal 1 for 1, a single and a run scored. He has walked 3 times today. In the right, Evans. 1 out. For the Red Sox in the 10th, Evans, Greenwell, and Burks. And Rice, just to tease me on my birthday. 3 runs, 9 hits, no errors for both teams. Reds have left on 9. The Red Sox have left on 8. Paul O'Neill, 1 for 4. Has singled, driven in a run, scored, and struck out. Bolton deals. Fly ball left field. Back goes Greenwell. And Mike will make the catch 2 away. For Dave Collins, 1 for 4. That 2-run triple in the first made it 3-0 Reds. So both teams in this series have had multiple run leads erased in the 9th inning. Collins in the left. Greenwell runs in, makes the catch, and the Reds don't do anything in the 10th. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 9.5 at Fenway, it's 3-all. So here we go. Evans, who's now hitting 195 on the playoffs, 0 for 3 today, a walk and 2 strikeouts. We'll see if they leave in Dibble. They do. Ground ball to first. Griffey, 1 out. So Mike Greenwell is 1 for 4. He has singled, scored, and struck out. Right back to Dibble, 2 out. Thank you, Robert. So 2 out for Burks, who was 1 for 3. He has walked, struck out, and scored, and an improbable Red Sox rally in the 9th. So in game 1, the Red Sox led 4-0 before the Reds chipped away in McClendon's home run in the bottom of the 9th. Today, the Reds were up 3-0 in the 9th, and then Larry Parrish, a pinch hit single to tie the ball game at 3. To short, Larkin, over to Griffey, and that will do. So we've played 10, and after 10, it's 3-3. So Bolton to face Griffey, Oster, and McClendon. Bolton's leash is short. And now you would use Lee Smith. You're going to see Herm Winningham pinch hit. Herm 0 for 3 in the playoffs with 2 strikeouts. Bolton looks towards, well, it's a lefty, so you're leaving Bolton in. Surprised you would pinch hit a lefty with a lefty. So Griffey out, Winningham in. Fly ball to right, Dewey, 1 out. For Ron Oster, Ron 1 for 4. A single and a strikeout today. Both teams have 9 hits. Got him! Bolton got him to chase a 2-2 fastball. And so here's Lloyd McClendon. Didn't have Tom Bolton nearly going 2 here. In a tie game in Game 4. McClendon 0 for 4 today. Bolton deals. Fly ball left field. Greenwell will get there, and we have played 10.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. Tom Bolton, 2 scoreless innings here. And so childhood hero Jim Rice. We told you Larry Parrish, the scrap heap pickup, and Jody Reed. We'll see if it's Dibble. Rice today 0 for 3, and he scored in the 9th. So there's a bit of kismet here with Rice at the plate. You got a kid from Connecticut, more than likely pitching to a childhood hero of his, in extra innings of Game 4 of the World Series. Here it comes. Base hit right field. And the winning run is on. And now they will pinch run for him with Eddie Romero. So the winning run is on for Larry Parrish, whose 2-run single in the 9th tied the ball game. Base hit left center field. Daniels picks it up. Romero will bluff, but he will not go. So first and second, nobody out for Jody Reed. Sabo and Dave Concepcion, by the way, is the first baseman. Concepcion stood where Barry Larkin is back in '75. Jody, well, do you bunt here or do you swing? Romero, the winning run. Parrish, coming off the bench, grabs the Adirondack chair. They're going to swing him. Dibble deals. Ground ball to Concepcion. He'll go to Larkin for 1. And there is no throw to first. Or it is, but it's late. And so Reed is on first. And the winning run is 90 feet away for Rick Cerrone. Thank you, Tebow. And who you bringing in right now? Oof. Oof. So, Dibble out. They announce Rich Gedman. He's going to have to hit because there are no other catchers. And the Reds, with a winning run 90 feet away, bring in Rob Murphy. Murph has pitched 3 times in this playoff. 28 years old, fastball at 95, ground ball plus pitcher. He has pitched yesterday in Game 3. He went 1 inning and threw 15 pitches. He got the win in one of the games against the Mets and then pitched in the Game 1 Classic against the Red Sox. So overall, 3 2/3 and a strikeout. And a win. Infield and outfield playing in. Gedman has to hit. No choice here. Romero, the winning run on third. And Parrish has his track shoes on to try to break up a double play if need be. So one of the rare times that you see a run that's meaningless mean something. Murph with the game on the line. Got him! A 1-2 fastball, and Gedman stood there. So 2 out for Wade Boggs, who is 1 for 5 today, and seemingly an hour ago, Danny Jackson struck him out. So again, now, Parrish doesn't mean anything. There's 2 out. Romero will sprint home. He'll be off on contact. So again, 2 out. Bottom of the 11th. Murph is ready. Here we go. And Boggs draws the walk. So here's Marty Barrett. Marty has to stay in the game now. He is 1 for 5 today with a triple. He's hitting 128 in the postseason. The worst for the Red Sox. You had Evans, Greenwell, and Burks in the 12th. And Eddie Romero as the DH. So Romero on third. The other 2 don't mean a thing. I said Parrish, I meant Reed. 3-3 the score. Murphy, deep breath and deals. Right back to Murphy, throws to Concepcion, and the band plays on. The Red Sox load him up in the 11th and do not score. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 12th, 3-3. So what Boston didn't want to do, they're going to have to do. You got to use Lee Smith, who could go as much as 3 innings. Lee 31, fastball at 94. He did get the save last night in the 1-0 win. He faced 2 batters. He walked a man and struck him out on 10 pitches. 4 2/3 for Smith. 5 hits, 2 runs, a home run. He walked 4 and struck out 4. And a reminder, as Gedman comes in to catch, we have a hard shutoff here of about 1:40. So we only got 28 minutes left to get this resolved. Barry Larkin is 2 for 4. It'll be Larkin, Sabo, and Davis. Barry has singled twice, scored, and and stolen the base. On with the countdown indeed. Larkin into center. Burks goes back. Ellis is there. He runs a long way. 1 out for Sabo, who is 0 for 5. So in 4 games, we've had a 15-inning game, a 1-0 game. The Red Sox have been shut out once. And now a 12-inning game. To third, Boggs. Over to Parrish. 2 out. For Eric Davis, Eric has a 6% chance of hitting a home run here. He's 1 for 5 today with a double. And 2 strikeouts. Reds have been held to 9 hits, and they haven't scored since the first inning. Pitch to Davis. Walked him. And the go-ahead run is on. And 2 out for Cal Daniels, who was 1 for 2. He has walked 3 times and scored. Throw to first. And Davis is back. They tell Smith just to worry about Daniels. There goes Davis. Gedman throws down to Reed. Davis is out. They threw him out. Didn't even have to pitch out or anything. So Davis gets thrown out on a good throw by Rich Gedman. We go to the bottom of the 12th. No runs, no hits, and no errors. It's the Reds 3, the Red Sox 3. So Dewey, Greenwell, and Burks, and Ed Romero as your cousin Oliver DH. Murphy deals to Evans. And the winning run is on again. And you don't have anybody now, so Evans will stay in. The Red Sox only have 23 people dressed. Mike Greenwell is 1 for 5 today. He has a single, a run scored, and a strikeout. To short, Larkin. He goes across the way for Greenwell. This is going to be close. Evans is going to reach. Greenwell stretches and is out on a bang-banger. That was close, but it moved Dewey up to second. And Ellis Burks can now win the ball game with a base hit. Ellis 1 for 4. He has singled, scored, walked, and struck out. Rob Murphy trying to keep the door closed. Remember, the Reds used John Franco in the ninth when the Red Sox scored to tie the ball game. Pitch to Burks. Base hit! Walk it off, Ellis Burks! 6-2, and the series is now even. They win the ball game 5-3. And Ellis Burks, who had been kind of a forgotten man in these playoffs, has evened this series with a mammoth home run to right field. Yeah, there's lots of homer hankies there, but it's baseball. You can hold all they want. Everyone at home plate, and just like in the 12th inning of Game 6 of 75, it's a walk-off home run. Holy Pat Darcy, the Red Sox win it. Mercy. 4 hours and 13 minutes. 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. The Red Sox left on 11. The Reds got 3 in the first and were shut down the rest of the way. 9 hits and no errors. They leave on 9. Of course, our MVP is Ellis Burks. But give a shout out to Larry Parrish, whose 2-run single in the 9th tied the ball game. So Bruce Hurst, 6 2/3, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 6. Bob Stanley, 2 1/3, a hit, and that's it. Tom Bolton, 2 innings of scoreless ball. Didn't see that one coming. And then Lee Smith, he gets the win, only throws 14 pitches. He will be available for Game 5, but it's not as critical now. Well, you want the win, obviously, but you get what you get. For the Reds, Danny Jackson, 8 innings. The computer kind of bungled the pen. 8 hits, all 3 runs are charged to Jackson, although Franco gave them up. He walked 2 and struck out 6. Franco allowed a hit. Dibble, an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, did his job, and then Murphy gave up the lone hit, was the mammoth walk-off by Ellis Burks. So in the 9th, if you joined us late, Larry Parrish made it a 3-2 game on a single, and then Rick Cerrone tied the game with an RBI single to score Jim Rice. The Red Sox threatened in the 11th and could not score, and then now have evened the series in the 12th with a walk-off 2-run homer in the bottom of the 12th inning by Ellis Burks. We don't script these. We don't know what's coming. It doesn't matter that it's my birthday. It all worked. And with that, thank you so much for all the kind wishes during the game. Game 5 again, no sooner than Friday, because I'm busy the next 2 days. And then we'll figure out a time for Game 6, because this series is going to go back to Cincinnati. What a comeback. 3 in the 9th and 2 in the 12th. Who says there isn't a Santa Claus? I did not do a video. I might have at one point on how to set them up. So for now, I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for all the kind wishes today. We will talk to you later. The final score from Fenway Park, the Red Sox 5, the Reds 3. We'll see you later on this week. So long, everybody.